Welcome to Built, Not Burnt Out. I'm Melissa Petersen, attorney, health coach, fitness instructor, and founder of the Becoming Method, where I help people build stronger bodies, stronger minds, and more aligned lives through structure, discipline, and sustained habits. And today we're talking about something that I think is massively overlooked when it comes to success: the nervous system side of success. Because what if success just isn't about discipline, motivation, or hard work? What if your nervous system has more to do with your success than you realize? I see a lot of high performers doing everything right. They're disciplined, they're driven, they're showing up consistently. But underneath it all, they feel exhausted, overwhelmed, anxious, disconnected, or stuck. And a lot of the time, the issue isn't laziness. It's nervous system dysregulation. When people hear the words nervous system, they often think about stress or anxiety. But your nervous system affects everything: your energy, your focus, your emotional regulation, your sleep, your recovery, your decision making, your consistency, and even your ability to feel safe succeeding. You cannot separate your body from performance. And I think a lot of people are trying to build success upon chronic stress, overstimulation, survival mode, and exhaustion. Sometimes nervous system dysregulation doesn't look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like constantly feeling on, being unable to relax, overthinking everything, feeling guilty when you rest, needing consistent productivity to feel worthy, burnout cycles, emotional eating, difficulty focusing, or always feeling like you're behind. A lot of people are operating from fight or flight and calling it ambition. And honestly, I understand that personally. I naturally push hard. I like structure. I like discipline. I like growth. But there have been absolutely times in my life where I thought the answer was simply more effort, more structure, more productivity, more workouts, more pushing. But eventually your body pushes back. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned is this: sustainable success does not come from constantly overriding yourself. It comes from learning how to work with yourself instead of fighting against it. So what actually helps? For me, some of the biggest things are movement and strength training, walking, breathing, sleeping and recovery, simplifying nutrition, reducing overstimulation, spending time in silence, and learning when to push and learning when to pull back. And honestly, becoming more self-aware. I think a lot of people don't need more pressure. They need more regulation, more awareness, more clarity. One of the biggest mindset shifts for me has been realizing that being constantly stressed does not mean you're productive. Being exhausted does not mean you're successful. You do not have to destroy yourself to create results. And if you feel overwhelmed, exhausted, emotionally drained, or like you're constantly pushing uphill, it may not mean that you're failing. It may mean that your nervous system is overloaded. Success becomes much more sustainable when your body finally feels safe enough to support the life you're trying to build. And this is a huge part of the work I do through coaching and the Becoming Method. I help people create structure, habits, movement, nutrition, mindset shifts, and nervous system awareness in a way that actually feels sustainable instead of self-destructive. Because real transformation isn't about constantly punishing yourself into results. It's about learning how to build a life and body that work with you instead of against you. This is Melissa Petersen, and this concludes this episode of Built, Not Burnt Out.